Today, we're diving into a threat that doesn't care about your fancy firewalls or your antivirus software. Nope, it goes straight for the most vulnerable part of any system, the human mind. We're talking about opportunistic phishing. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how it works and, more importantly, how you can become the best defense against it. You know, this quote right here, it really just hits the nail on the head. We spend a fortune on all the security tech, but at the end of the day, attackers know it's just easier to exploit our human nature. And look, this isn't about blaming anyone. It's about realizing that our brains, well, they're the real battlefield in cybersecurity. So, first things first, before we can stop the attack, we have to understand the target. Let's explore how attackers hack the human. At its core, that's all social engineering really is. It's not about complex code. It's about pure manipulation. Attackers are like puppet masters, and they use psychology to trick us into making mistakes. You know, like handing over the keys to the kingdom, our login credentials.
And they are so specific about when they strike. I mean, think about it. You're tired at the end of a long day, you're chilling out on your coffee break. Those are the moments when our guard is down. Attackers also play on our natural tendency to trust people, to be helpful. And just like that, they turn us into unwitting accomplices. Okay, so we've seen the why, those little human vulnerabilities. Now let's get into the how. Let's talk about opportunistic phishing, a method that is tailor-made to exploit those very moments. So what is this stuff really? Well, unlike a super targeted spear phishing attack that's aimed at one specific person, this is more like casting a giant net. Attackers just blast out thousands, maybe millions of these emails, hoping anyone will take the bait. It's a pure numbers game, and it relies on catching just one person at the right, or for us, the wrong, moment.
I know, this all might feel a bit abstract, so let's make it real. How does one of those tired moments we just talked about spiral into a full-blown security disaster? Let me show you.
All right, here's a perfect and honestly pretty common scenario. An IT contractor leaves the company, but oops, their access was never fully revoked. Now you've got this dormant account just sitting there with high-level privileges to sensitive data, PII, and an attacker finds it. And suddenly, a simple paperwork mistake has just opened a massive backdoor into the entire corporate network.
Now that we've seen the damage that can be done, let's get our hands dirty. We're going to pop the hood and dissect a typical phishing email step by step so you can see exactly how the trap is built. Okay, let's walk through this classic attack. First, it starts with the lure, an email that looks totally legit. Right logos, right fonts, everything. Then comes the hook, a link, but if you look closely, the domain name is just a little bit off. Third, the click. You're busy, you don't notice, and you click it. Boom! Number 4, the infection. Malware starts downloading to your device. 5 is the payload. Maybe it's key logging software that's now recording everything you type, including your passwords. And finally, number 6, the breach. The bad guys now have your credentials, and they're inside. Okay, that was the scary part. But here is the good news. You are not helpless here. Not at all. We're going to pivot from the problem to the solution. And I'm going to arm you with everything you need to spot these attacks before they ever get that far. So, what are the telltale signs? What are the dead giveaways? Let's break down all the red flags you should always be looking for. First up, just look at the content and the tone of the email. Are there weird spelling or grammar mistakes? Come on, most professional companies have spell check. Is there a crazy sense of urgency yelling at you to act now? That's a classic trick to make you panic instead of think. And be on the lookout for generic greetings or weird unexpected things like invoices from a company you've never heard of. Next, just take a second and think about the context. Does this email even make sense? A shipping notification for something you never ordered? An email about your employee benefits in the middle of April? These are huge red flags. Be super suspicious of shared documents from people you don't know or any email that asks you to install new software. And listen, this right here might be the single most important tip of all. If you get any kind of strange or unexpected request, just stop. Don't reply. Don't call the number in the email. Instead, go verify it through a channel you already trust. Ping the person on Teams or Slack. That one simple action can stop a disaster in its tracks. So as we start to wrap things up, I want to leave you with a really powerful idea. The real solution to this problem isn't just about buying better software. It's about having better prepared people. It's about you taking command of your own defense. Let's circle all the way back to that first quote, the one about the employee being the weakest link. You know what? We need to flip that idea completely on its head. When you're trained, when you're aware, you're not the weakest link. You are the first, the most active, and, yeah, the most important line of defense you have. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Your team, every single person, is a human firewall. But here's the question. Is it properly configured? Are you all equipped with the knowledge you need to spot the fish? Because in this fight, yeah, the human might be the target, but we're also the ultimate defense.